Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome back to our channel today. I appreciate you being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us for that very first time, welcome. It's good to have you. Please subscribe. If you find the information beneficial, please hit that like button. Consider becoming a member. And to learn more about me and learn more about my company, please check out those links below. Now, let's get into our topic here today, and it's how to start a new gym and keep your day job. How to start a new gym and keep your day job. Now, that's assuming you want to keep your day job, right? We work with a lot of folks, and they want nothing to do with that. They're ready to move on. And even still, some of this could benefit you. You want to think about some of this. But how to start a new gym and keep your day job. Now, let me comment about one thing before I get into this. Check out the links below on financing. Where you can potentially get approved for up to $300,000 in funding with a minimum credit score of 680 and a minimum income of $50,000 a year. And if you are in a situation where your credit score is not 680, we can help you get those credit scores up. And so I bring that up because if you are looking to start a new gym, funding is going to be one of the key things you're going to want to have in place. So again, check out the link below. Funding up to $300,000. Credit score must be 680 or higher in all three credit bureaus. And if you're not there, we can help get you there. Okay, you can message me numerous ways below to do that. And so how to start a new gym and keep your day job. And so number one, we want to commit time in advance to work on the new gym. Okay, pretty fair, right? We want to set a schedule. And so how does that schedule going to look? You decide that. But we want to start a new gym, and we want to commit time in advance, to work on this. So schedule it. So start looking at how that schedule is going to work. Maybe you spend some time on your lunch hour. Maybe there's time 2 or 3 hours after work. I know a lot of folks that I work with on new gyms. I mean, we have a conference call at noon their time, on their lunch hour to go over planning, for this new business. So commit time in advance. Okay, and one of the things I'm talking about here a little bit, is kind of creating that plan of action. I talk about creating time in advance, and you'll hear me talk more about this if you're looking to start a new gym. Writing that plan of action is going to be a key part of this at all levels. Okay, now's a good time to get in the habit of that. So commit time in advance. Let's get this scheduled, how you're going to do it. Don't just do it as you can or on a whim. Number two, cut back your hours at your day job gradually. Depending on what you're doing, cut back the hours at your day job gradually. Maybe you start cutting back on Fridays and you start cutting back on Thursdays. You start gradually working away from it. Okay, this allows a lot of things. By keeping this day job, intact, maybe you're still accruing some vacation time. Maybe you still have, health benefits. Maybe it helps you with financing. There's a lot of things in there that this can be beneficial to you. So, look at cutting back your hours gradually. Number three, don't get discouraged on this. Okay, but just know you'll have to make some sacrifices. Don't get discouraged. Just know you'll have to make some sacrifices, to get this started. And one of the things you want to remember, that difficult is just par for the course. It's difficult, it's just normal. Okay, difficult is ordinary. Don't get discouraged. Okay, build into it. And one of the things I would say, I know we're talking about kind of how to start this and keep your day job. But I talk about don't get discouraged and just understand that difficult is kind of par for the course. You'll get through it. We'll help you get through that. Okay, you can do it through these videos in some cases. But what you want to be able to do here, know why you want to get in the gym business, know why you want to open up a new gym. Okay, is it for more freedom? Okay, what is it you're looking for here? Is it to be be kind of the guy in charge, the one setting the pace here, setting the direction? Because what you want the reason for this, you want that why to be so big that whatever happens just pales in comparison to it. Okay, but just know difficult's ordinary. Okay, it's built in. It's part of the deal. It's what keeps everybody out that can't work through it. You work through it, this is to your advantage. Number four, use your day job to pay off debt and to create an emergency fund. Okay, while you're putting together this new gym, while you're getting this thing started, use your day job to start paying off debt. I mean, the more you pay off debt, you're going to be able to qualify for bigger loans and bigger funding for your new project. Plus, you're going to mitigate other issues by having more manageable debt, and create an emergency fund. And there's two things I would talk about on an emergency fund. Personally, have one. How much money do you need to cover your debts for a while? Okay, but also, and this can also come in terms of funding, when you're starting your business, and we'd have to look at pro formas and where you're at. But what I'd like to see you be at is whatever it's going to cost you to run your new gym. Say it's going to cost you, say, $30,000 a month, whatever it is. We want to have at least that much cash on hand for the business. And then how much cash on hand do you need to have, to cover your own personal expenses, okay? So you can use this day job to start paying off debt and to start creating this emergency fund. These are things you can start right away, okay? Number 5, meet with an attorney to make sure you're in the clear. Now, here's what I mean by that. Some jobs, they don't like you, moonlighting, or they don't like you starting other businesses or doing other things, depending on if you have an employee agreement with them, okay? Make sure that you share this with an attorney to make sure you're in the clear here. If you've got an employment agreement, have it reviewed, okay? Just make sure. Number 6, set a marketing goal. Okay, set a marketing goal, set a monetary goal, set goals for your business of where you want to be and when you can quit your day job. Maybe it's if we do 300 sales in pre-sales, that's when we want to do it. Or as soon as we hit 500 members, that's when you want to do it. Okay, but set that monetary goal and make it, get that marketing goal in there with it to drive this, get that plan of action in place and set that goal when you can quit that day job. But make sure it's attached to a number, okay, and operate, with urgency on this. It's not just, well, there's a number and we're going to keep working toward it. We want to, full court press it. Let's go get it. Okay, and so set that timeline when you plan to quit that day job, but it's based on performance. Okay, number 7, manage your free time well and minimize distractions. Manage your free time well and minimize distractions. This is one of the bigger challenges for a lot of folks. If you've never been in business for yourself, we want to manage our free time. We want to minimize distractions. It is so easy to get distracted. Okay, I mean, I'll find people they've been on social media all day long. Okay, getting nothing done, or they're busy doing nothing. One of the things that can happen sometimes, it's a bit of a phenomenon called, call reluctance, sales reluctance. And we stay really busy, but doing things to keep us from engaging with the customer, making that phone call, making that sale, okay? And we want to make sure that this doesn't happen to us. So, manage your free time well. I would suggest, writing this plan of action. And actually, if you're brand new, you're probably going to be writing a business plan. Okay, that plan of action is more of a working document for later. Your business plan is that working document for now. But let's write that business plan. And one of the things we want to learn to do is every day we're working on our key objectives. Okay, but we want to be mindful of our time. That time is a great asset. It's so valuable. Let's make sure we maximize it. And it reminds me a little bit, when I go inside clubs and we do a lot of sales training, with gyms, is one of the first things we talk about is we want folks to answer yes to this question. Is what I'm doing right now going to result in a sale? Because one of the secrets to really success with a lot of sales folks is maximize our time. It's interesting, one of the things that we find at salespeople on the whole, they only spend about 20% of their time doing something that's going to result in a sale. Equate that to you. We want to manage our free time and minimize distractions. How much of our time is spent in growing the business? You might be surprised what that number is. So really, be mindful of that. And then number 8 on my list of how to start a new gym and how to keep your day job, budget for fatigue. Budget for fatigue and fight through it. Okay, you will have fatigue. And when I talk about fatigue, normally it's not physical fatigue. We're not like wore out physically. Sometimes we're wore out mentally. Okay, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with taking time off when that happens. And I'm not talking taking a week off, okay, or taking 2 weeks off. Maybe you take the rest of the day off. Okay, maybe you take the morning off. We don't start till noon. Maybe you take a break and you go do something. Budget for fatigue, okay? We want to fight through it, but when I say fight through it, don't fight through it to the point that it makes you less effective. One of the things that's so important on this is we want to protect our most valuable asset, and that most valuable asset is you, okay? Of all the things you have, all the equipment, the leases, the staff, you are still your most valuable asset. Let's protect it, okay? Budget for that fatigue. We know you're going to get it, okay? And sometimes, you've got to grind through it, but there's nothing wrong with taking that mental break. That mental break is so important. It's not a whole lot different than, someone who's working out in your gym, they're really hitting it hard. Sometimes they just need a break, just for a day, and now they're good to go. Budget that into what you're doing. So how to start a new gym and keep your day job. And so if you're looking to start a new gym, happy to chat with you about how we can help you do that. We can help you with funding, with software, and really everything you need to get that new business started. So folks, I appreciate you being here today. If you've not yet done so, please subscribe. Please hit that like button. Consider becoming a member. And again, to learn more about me and my company and how we can help take your business to that next level, check out those links below. And we look forward to seeing you all in that next video.